Then let's start with the meditation. So as usual, we go for about 15 minutes. All right. Enjoy and let's start. I'll have a sip first. I start with opening up the energy field. And bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that as well. So I'm expanding. And the energy field can always be more expanded. It's a never-ending process where you can always carry more light, higher information, so wisdom. And we can also integrate this wisdom more into our human life experience. Then I fill up the expanded space with light. So there is so much light already flowing in. Beautiful. It flows into the system, into the body and the energy body and the area around us. So it's a lot of light. It just always feels so nice when we relax more and the system opens up more and all this light comes in. It's so beautiful. Then I clear surface energies. So surface energies are all sorts of energies, emotions and other energies that create the noise. And this is where our attention goes. Until basically the main experience is the silence, the peace, the clarity, and so forth. It's often that these surface energies are basically just taking over our whole experience, so that we don't really have access to the silence and the clarity. But the more we move through this transformational process, the more the silence becomes our main experience, and the surface energies, they are happening, or they just there within the silence, so they're not disturbing your state. The state always stays the same, like nothing can touch that. And this is already a game changer. So we're working towards that as well. And by clearing surface energies, system expands so much, and the light also flows into the heart chakra. Beautiful. So there is an expansion of the heart chakra happening right now. And there's a lot of unconditional love coming in right now. Very beautiful. So it flows into our system, also into the heart chakra, and expanding. It's expanding from our heart chakras out into our surrounding. That feels so beautiful. This unconditional love also flows in through the crown chakra, third eye chakra, so it fills up the system. Through those two chakras, and also again flows into the heart chakra and expands in the area around us. I see that this love is meeting parts of ourselves where love is needed. So parts that feel unloved, for example, or they just need this love so that the love meets those parts so that they can neutralize and dissolve. So that's happening a lot right now. I'm seeing this mostly parts that feel worthless, small, unimportant, unworthy, not lovable. So this unconditional love is specifically targeting this, targeting, meeting these deficiencies in our system. And now the energy of unconditional love specifically turns the love towards ourselves, again, to parts that need the love, but also to just what we are in the essence. So it's basically returning itself back to itself. But this is what's happening right now. So we are receiving this love as individual incarnation here. And now energies of separation are being dissolved, where we see ourselves and then others, and we see others as separate from us. This is often mistaken by, it's not that we become the other individual, or we can tune into that because of that, or we can relate to that person suddenly more. It's not like that. It's more seeing the essence of that person, and this creates the experience of just accepting the person 100% of how the person is, but it's even beyond acceptance. It is just how it is. Everybody is how they are. Everybody's on their life journey, going through their processes, um, meeting their fears, their resistances, and stuff like that. So everybody's on the journey. And so if I use the words, it's like the seeing of that, recognizing and acknowledging and so forth, it's actually also beyond that, but I'm just using these words for explanational reasons. It's really what's just fail here, really. That's just how it is. So this unconditional love is very hard to describe, to be honest, because it's not a feeling. And even it moves through the heart chakra, where we often experience emotions, especially human love, or the emotion of love. But it's more of a information again. The 100% full acceptance, but is again beyond acceptance, that everybody is just how they are. Recognizing that we're all one, but on a different level. So it's not that you look at the person specifically and then you go, oh, hey, we are one. It's not like that. So word fails. Words just fail here. This is just what I have to say. But the energies are coming in. And so the unconditional love expands now out to others, to our surrounding. This will create a different experience when you meet others. You experience them differently. You'll see. You have your own experience. I see in the heart chakra is a little pain arising for not recognizing the unconditional love, or for not being able to access it, So this is being cleared, but it's a kind of heavy layer that it's there all the time, but it's just not seen. Or experienced. A few energies are cleared around that is like guilt. And just a few others, doesn't matter. It's about feeling lighter because they're cleared. And this unconditional love is part of the true nature. I talk about the joy of existence. So it's different. It's a different experience than we know joy or love from the human perspective. But it's always there. In the true nature, this unconditional love is just part of it. So not to mistaken with like, there are experiences of ecstasy when we experience love in ecstasy or this divine love. That's very beautiful experiences as well, but that's different. It's a more subtle one, and it's more about the information, about the changes it brings when we move through life. So much is dissolving because this unconditional love is present. So many misunderstandings and other energies. And the longer we sit in this unconditional love and the more energies are being healed, cleared, the more of this unconditional love can be present or can be experienced. So maybe you feel that as well or experience that as well. And it's also the difference is that it's experienced in every cell of the body and not in a specific area in the system, like just the heart, for example. So it's just everywhere. And it's fascinating because I see these energies again moving through us, wanting to move into the collective, but there is a lot of resistance on the collective level. So the energies are just working on that because their aim is also to expand in the collective consciousness, but there is, now they push through quite a few resistances here. Beautiful. Maybe you can feel the massive expansion that comes from that. And now it has pushed through, and also then the energy flows back to us, right? So now it's everywhere. It's in the collective as well. So this unconditional love also moves into the collective. And the same thing happens here as happened in our own system, what I was just talking about before. So energies are being met that are deficient of this unconditional love so that they can be neutralized. And the more energies are neutralized, the more unconditional love is present. So just feel into that. It's fascinating. It gets stronger. It's in the collective, but I see layers where it's like it's harder for it to get to, and then layers where it's very easy. Yeah, and this joy of existence, I just see them hand in hand all the time, the unconditional love and joy of existence. So the joy of existence is also now coming forward because of that more. Just comes forward more into our experience. So it's both part of what we are. So we're just meeting parts of ourselves so that we can bring this more and more into our human life experience. Yeah, so let's sit with this for the next 25 minutes in silence. Um, the unconditional love, working on our own system, and also I can see it in the area around us, so meaning on people who are close to us and so forth, and also family. And then it's flowing into the collective as well, and everywhere transformational work is happening. So very amazing. Enjoy. Okay, we are finished. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. That was very strong, such strong meditation. So, yeah, very amazing. For everybody who's leaving, see you in 2 weeks. Well, yeah, 2 weeks, yeah. I will also send out a reminder email about this.